Welcome to a new farm-to-table adventure. Fresh garden peppers transformed. Today, we'll take these vibrant garden peppers and turn them into a delicious dish, showcasing the flavors of the harvest season. Join us as we bring these fresh ingredients straight from our garden to the table, celebrating the beauty of homegrown food. Let's get started. We begin by heading out to the garden to gather some fresh paprika. The plants are full of bright, ripe peppers, ready to be picked. Each one is a little gift from our garden, bursting with flavor that will soon bring a warm, earthy taste to our dish. The paprikas come in a beautiful trio of colors, red, green, and yellow, each adding its own unique flavor and vibrancy. Their colors bring life to the garden, and together, they'll make our dish as visually appealing as it is delicious. It's the perfect harvest for today's meal. Along with the colorful paprikas, we'll also be gathering tomatoes and cherry tomatoes for this dish. The larger tomatoes will add a rich base, while the cherry tomatoes bring a burst of sweetness. Together, they'll complement the peppers perfectly, adding layers of fresh, garden-grown flavor to our meal. With our basket now full of fresh peppers, tomatoes, and cherry tomatoes, I head back to the cooking table. The mix of colors and aromas from the garden harvest brings excitement for the dish we're about to create. Surrounded by nature, it's the perfect setting to transform these ingredients into a farm-to-table delight. I start by slicing the paprikas and carefully cleaning out their insides, removing the seeds to reveal the crisp, colorful flesh. Each piece is vibrant and full of fresh aroma, ready to add a delicious crunch and natural sweetness to our dish. Preparing these peppers brings out their best, making them the perfect foundation for today's meal. The paprikas are now prepped and ready to go into the pan. Their bright colors and fresh aroma promise to fill our dish with rich flavor as they start to sizzle. This simple step is where the transformation begins, turning garden freshness into a warm, savory meal. While I prepare this dish, my husband takes some corn and heads over to feed our chickens and ducks. The animals eagerly gather around, enjoying the treat, adding a lively, cheerful scene to our day. It's moments like these that make life on the farm so fulfilling, where caring for our animals is as much a part of our daily routine as cooking with fresh ingredients. I've also prepared some dough, which I carefully stretch out onto the baking tray. Once it's evenly spread, I drizzle a bit of olive oil over the top, giving it a lovely sheen and adding a rich, earthy flavor. This dough will be the perfect base, complementing the flavors of our fresh garden ingredients. Next, I peel the tomatoes and cut them into pieces, each slice releasing a burst of juicy freshness. These tomatoes will add a rich, natural sweetness to our dish, blending beautifully with the paprikas and other ingredients. Their vibrant color and flavor will bring warmth and depth to every bite. I add the chopped tomatoes to the pan with the sizzling paprikas, letting their juices mingle and create a rich, flavorful base. As they cook together, the tomatoes soften and release their natural sweetness, blending perfectly with the earthy, slightly smoky taste of the peppers. The kitchen fills with the comforting aroma of this hearty garden fresh dish. While the tomatoes and paprikas fry, I start grating some cheese. The cheese will add a creamy, savory layer to the dish, melting beautifully over the warm vegetables. Its rich flavor will be the perfect finishing touch, bringing everything together in a delightful, comforting harmony. I crack 4 eggs into the pan, letting them cook gently amidst the fried tomatoes and paprikas. As the eggs begin to set, I sprinkle the freshly grated cheese on top, allowing it to melt over the mixture. The cheese adds a creamy richness, while the eggs bring a hearty texture, making this dish a warm, satisfying blend of flavors straight from the garden. For an extra layer of flavor, I sprinkle some freshly chopped parsley and minced garlic on top. The parsley adds a burst of color and a hint of freshness, while the garlic enhances the aroma with its subtle warmth. These final touches bring the dish to life, adding depth and making every bite more vibrant and delicious. The dish is done, and I let it cool slightly while I cut some cucumbers into long, crisp shapes. Their refreshing crunch provides a perfect contrast to the warm, savory dish and adds a lightness to the meal. These fresh cucumbers are not only a delightful addition, but also embody the garden fresh spirit of our farm-to-table experience. The bread is also done, golden, and inviting. I start filling the plates for both me and my husband, layering generous portions of the flavorful vegetable and egg mixture alongside the fresh cucumber slices. This meal showcases the best of our garden harvest, and the presentation is as vibrant as the flavors promise to be. It's a true celebration of farm fresh goodness. As we enjoy our delicious meal, don't forget to click on the 2 videos on the screen for more village life content. Join us in celebrating the simplicity and richness of farm fresh cooking and the beauty of life in our village. Your support and interest inspire us to share more of these wonderful experiences.